Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I am your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all can be with us. For those joining us on social media, we're glad you all can be with us. We're going to bring in our friends here on Amazon Live here in just a bit. There they are. Going to go ahead and get them connected. If you guys are new to us on social, we're glad you all could join us for today's episode. And we are live now on Amazon Live. We appreciate you guys being with us over there on Amazon. I'm going to send you guys a welcome message there. If you guys are new to us, make sure you guys do hit that follow button. You see it either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by our next guest. We're excited to welcome back master event planner, best-selling author, and media personality. I'm probably missing a title there. Melissa Banks is back with us today. We're excited to kick off the month with us. Uh, Zamir Entertainment, I think that's right. Zamir Entertainment, good to be to see you. It's Evan. Hello to you over there on IG. God Daddy T, good to be able to see you as well. We're going to talk to Melissa Banks not only about her amazing start to 2025. She has a new book out that's right here, Dream by Design: Affirmations for Teen Girls and Their Mothers. And if you guys follow her on social, she's gearing up for the return of her Dream Party live events, where you guys can do live shopping with her as well. We'll talk to her about all of that and more. But Melissa, always a pleasure to have you back on with us.
Always excited to be here, Cyrus. Thanks for having me again.
Hey, the pleasure is definitely all mine. Melissa, a lot for us to be able to cover, including what I just mentioned. This Friday, you're being able to return with your Dream Party live event that you've been able to do on Facebook. I want to talk about 2025. Look, I shared with you a meme I saw that I thought was really funny. I think it was two frogs sitting at a table, and one says, what a year, and the other frog said, it's only January. You've had a lot going on already in 2025. What has it been like for you to kind of sit with it and process everything that's happening?
I think that's the key, what you just said. Sit with it and process it because it's not slowing down. It's continuing to go and it's grasping everything that's happening and then being able to continue to move with it. But you have to sit with it or you miss it, right? So you got to take a moment to sit with what's happening. What's the next step? What's coming up? Because it's been fast paced. It's hard to believe that January is gone. It seems like it just started and we're at February 3rd already. This month will be just as fast. So embracing it and just holding on to the good stuff, learning for the stuff that's not so good and continuing to move.
Melissa, one thing about you, I mean, there's a lot of things that's recognized in February. Self-Love Month, which is so important. Black History Month is recognized in February as well. Now, Melissa was trying to be modest to everybody. I said to her before we went live here, I said, Melissa, I want to talk to you about your own history. She's like, what history? What history? She's written all these books. She has a candle line. I have a candle burning right here. She's she's the first in her family to start her own live shopping show. So, Melissa, what history didn't you remember?
Cyrus, you're not supposed to tell everything.
Oh, okay.
Wow, to hear you say it just blows my mind when you're talking about all the stuff that's happened, and I'm just so excited and just grateful. These are not things that I dreamed of. These are things that obedience, continuing to move, and doors open, and being willing to walk through them even when it feels scary and uncomfortable. And I think that is the key to just when those opportunities come up, even though it's not something you ever dreamed of. I didn't dream of being an author. I didn't dream of speaking to people and motivating speak people. That wasn't my dream, but there was a dream that God placed in me. But then I still had to do something because it didn't all happen without some steps from me. So I'm super excited to be in this place right now.
Right. And so for those who don't know, if you guys are brand new to Melissa Banks, she has several books that are here on Amazon. And for you guys joining us on the Amazon side, I will highlight them for you as we go through them. Now, her first book was this one, Dream by Design, the devotional. You all can see it there if you guys are not on Amazon. She also has, I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up here. She has Dream by Design, the inspirational journal. You guys can see there. She also has, let's see, go back over here. See, Melissa, you have all these books here. Then she has Dream by Design Dream Journal. You guys can see there. And then for those who don't know, she's also a master event planner. She has this book, Do I Really Need an Event Planner? You guys can see it there on Amazon. Also, she has this book she released in 2024, her Dream for Him book, a dream book for us guys, a journal. And her latest one is this one that I mentioned earlier. And I'm going to highlight it again in the carousel. Dream by Design Affirmations for Teen Girls and Their Mothers. Now, Melissa, people would think, because we've gotten to know you initially as an event planner, that this would have been your first book. But what has it been like for you to share your love of motivating and inspire others, as well as your expertise as an event planner?
Cyrus, that's where it all started. It's my desire to motivate people. That's where the book started. I wanted to put something that has some inspiration in people's hand. My journey is what made me want to inspire people, because I believe that when it's hard, when you go through some hard stuff and you start to feel that that's who you are and that God doesn't have more for you. So I wanted to encourage people, and women in particularly, to push past those thoughts that you're not enough. And the more I opened my mouth, the more I talked about some of the stuff that I've gone through, the more people could connect to me and the more power I could influence in their lives. Now, the event planning side is all part of it, though, because it takes all those skills that I learned as an event planner as I move into the area of motivating others, because it teaches you to open your mouth. I think that's the best thing in the world, is to open your mouth and talk to people. I remember, and I'm sure you do too, the first time I ever shared any part of my story publicly was at an event in 2019. And that's when I was able to see that opening your mouth and talking about the stuff inspires and encourages others, that if you can do it, they can too. And that's what's so powerful to me about my entire journey.
Yeah, I want to stay with that for a second, Melissa, because this brings up an interesting conversation I had with a mutual friend of ours, Earl Hall, recently. And what we were talking about is, it's so ironic to me. I have what I call my 8 Mile moment. That's what I call it, where I tell people, yes, I'm short. Yes, I wear glasses. Yes, I have crooked teeth. Yes, I live in Mississippi. But look at what I'm able to do. That was what Eminem was able to do in 8 Mile. But a lot of times people try to hide what they think are their weaknesses, and the things that aren't as glamorous, because they think that's going to make them less than. What has helped you not to hide from it, Melissa, to the point you were just making, but use this as a point of connection for your audience?
I was definitely that person. There was things that I went through that I did not want anybody to know. See, what we lean into is this perfect person that shows up, and that's what you want people to see. But what I found when I talked about that 2019 event, where I literally talked about some stuff that I've never talked about publicly before, but after that, what I realized, it not only helped those women that were sitting in that room, it helped me. It helped me have confidence that I wasn't stuck in that place. It helped me to believe that I could move forward. It also taught me that my voice and my journey was not something to hide from, but it was something to share for my own healing and for others that would hear my voice. And that's the hardest part. We, especially as women, we don't want that stuff, that stuff we push through to go through. That's why my show, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, is so important, because the women there are not hiding their story. They're sharing it publicly. And by sharing it publicly, it gives others hope. And just like you talked about your own story, all of that gives people hope. This is what I can do, not just where I start. And look at you now, right?
Yeah, so true. Still short, but you're exactly
Well,
right. And I think,
do
but I think that is the great thing. You mentioned your show, and I want to go ahead and highlight it, because it also is here on Amazon. They can listen to the podcast, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. First of all, Melissa, let's talk about what I've been doing already in these 10 minutes we've been talking. You have books on Amazon. You have a podcast on Amazon. You're used to shopping on Amazon. How does it feel to know that people are going to Amazon and buying your book?
Oh my God, it blows my mind every time. There's just a few minutes ago when you raised the first book, it's still shocking to me after all this time that I actually have not one book, but several books being sold on Amazon, which I always considered Amazon this big empire that was not within reach. And to have my books there that people can literally go there and purchase anytime is still mind boggling, and it will never get old. I'm just so grateful for it, actually. And it still seems like a dream when you talk about it. As with this show is going on and you showing the books and talking about some of the things that we do, it still feels like a dream that I'm just so grateful to be having.
Mhm. But you've been able to bring your passion offline too. Hey, Kate. Kate Thurman is joining us over there on Facebook. Good to be able to see you, Kate, another member of the CMG family. But the other thing is, you've been able to still pull on what is your passion, and that is event planning and pouring into others. We're going to get into that. I do want to say, though, for those that are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents. You guys are watching us on Amazon, of course, but also we have our social media audience tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. We have Melissa Banks joining us today. She's a master event planner. She's a best-selling author, a media personality, and entrepreneur. Hello to you, Robert Ham. Good to see you over there on Facebook as well. So I want to talk about what it's been like for you to embrace your own purpose and calling, Melissa, because you're able to help a lot of different people. Event planning, again, is something you continue to be able to do, but you also offer services for businesses too, helping them with design, helping them to do things with their own brand. How does it feel to know that the gifts you have, you're able to use them in service to others?
It feels amazing. And even to hear you say it, it feels so amazing because one of the things that I believe ties the event planning in with all the other stuff together is event being an event planner and so many years of experience. It teaches you how important people perceive you, how important it is for them to recognize your brand, how important it is to feel organized and professional, and those things tied together. Working with brands is absolutely exciting to me because I can talk to them in a 15-minute consultation and help them discover their brand identity. What does it look like? And that, when it comes together, Cyrus, is so amazing. And that's why I connected to event planning so often. It's because that's what happens when you're putting together the event, right? All the different details that you want the guests to experience when they arrive. Your brand is the same way. It's each little piece ties together and tells the story of your brand. And that is so rewarding when I get to see a brand that do that, especially one that's been in business a long time, but those pieces haven't been lined up, and see the excitement when they see what it means for it to come together. So it's been very rewarding.
No doubt. Robert says, Melissa, you are absolutely amazing. And Kate says, congratulations to you as well. And that's the other thing is people have been able to recognize the work you've done, Melissa. I want to talk about the podcast again, because that was one of the things when you and I first talked about it. I mean, you did not seem like that was something you'd even thought about. And now you're in what, season 4? Is that right? Season
Season
4
4.
of Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. What has it been like for you to not only, of course, to be hosting this podcast by yourself, but also upping the ante this year and doing also video, something you were kicking and screaming about not too long ago. So, what has that been like for you to see your own growth with the show?
you know, God continues to push me, and this coach that I work with also continues to push me into areas that I'm kicking and screaming along the way. And the thing is, though, is you have to have somebody in your space to gently push you. Maybe he does it a little hard at times and it doesn't feel good, but if you stay with them and follow it, and that's all about. Even the podcast, just the podcast itself, Cyrus, I never pictured me on a podcast, actually hosting the podcast. So I went for it. It was audio. I got a mouth. I can talk. So I was excited and comfortable in that space. But then, of course, you have to outgrow those spaces and step into areas. And that was video, which is very scary to me. It was uncomfortable. And at times it still is because it's still changing. But
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I stepped even though I stepped in fear, because if somebody can push you, you just stay comfortable. If you stay comfortable, there's no comfort in the comfort zone. So I'm so excited that I have that person to push, even though pushing don't feel good. Now, if you're waiting on pushing to feel good, then you're gonna be sitting there waiting. It doesn't feel good. So I do kick and scream and cry. But because I know that the ultimate goal is to see me expand, I'm super excited for that push, because that push is well worth it, as Kate just said.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Kate is right. And we should let our audience know that Melissa not only has a Dream by Design Melissa Banks, she also launched a brand new show at the end of 2024. Talk to us about the Melissa Banks show, Melissa.
Wow, how exciting. Listen to that. Say that. The Melissa Banks Show. That's pretty exciting to me. And what makes it so different is that it's for all all people, whether you're an entrepreneur, a creative, author, whatever it is, it gives you a platform to share that journey, to talk to the people who are your people, and to show what you do and why you do it. So that's what's exciting to that about that show for me, and it's not limited. So we get to hear all journeys. Dream by Design with Melissa Banks is specifically for women, and women share their stories on there. But it's all people. We all have a journey, and we all have to push through some other things. So I'm super excited for the Melissa Banks show to come and hear all the amazing stories that we will hear on that show.
And I had the privilege of being the very first guest, which was exciting for me. I appreciate that, Melissa. So, Melissa, we've talked about the books. We've talked about what you've been able to do with the podcast. I want to talk about Dream Party Live, because that is kicking up for 2025 this Friday. Another thing that you were kicking and screaming about going live and live shopping. But you have really, it seems like to me as a viewer, gotten to enjoy it. What has that road been like for you in hosting Dream Party Live and seeing the response to it?
Oh, I hope everyone who's listening can hear the journey. Each step in the journey, when it was something new, I didn't jump up and excited about doing. I had to go kicking and screaming, but the key is I went. And so that's what I hope people take from my journey, is because things didn't just fall in place. I wasn't just excited when the idea came up. So when I was given the suggestion to do live shopping, I really did not want to. I really did not want to do it. I didn't think I was that person that could connect with people and have fun doing it. So it was very scary to me. But I'm going to tell you, after each episode, I was more excited. I felt more connected to my customers that shop with me. I was meeting new people that have never shopped with me before. So I felt a connection with them that I didn't expect. So then I just got more and more excited about doing it, because it is like a party. We're having fun. We're playing in jewelry, saving money, and shopping. I mean, I don't know what else could be any better. And we're not limited to our zip code. We're all over the world, so anybody can join us. So it's just become more and more fun. So I've missed it while we've been gone. So I'm excited to be coming back this week.
The question is, what is your coach pushing you to do next? Well, Melissa, is there anything? I know you have Dream Party Live coming up this Friday. Is there any new things that you are working on?
We're excited about this year, Cyrus, because one of the things about being an event planner for over 25 years, you learn a lot. And when we learn a lot, we're supposed to share it, right? So we're launching our new event planner course coming this year, and I'm super excited about that. And it's to help event planners to get them going in their career, and if they're already in their career, also help them to upscale and to learn how to organize. Sometimes we can be doing something a long time and we still need some training on how to do it well. So we're excited about that. It'll be a virtual course so we can impact women and men, aspiring event planners all over the world. So we're excited about that. That's coming soon. And of course, Imagine the Possibilities returns this year, which I'm super about that. We have some new things planned for Imagine the Possibilities, our virtual conference that's designed to inspire and encourage you to keep going and give actionable tools on how to do that. So we're excited about that. That's also coming this year. So we're excited about the year.
Yeah. And I think one of the other things, Melissa, that you've been talking to me about that you're going to be doing, you mentioned 2019, is doing more speaking this year. What has that been like for you to know that you have audiences out there that you can be able to pour into and to speak life into, whether we're talking about for this book, for teen girls and their mothers, or even for women and empowering them?
I'm super excited about the speaking engagements. It's something I've wanted to do ever since 2019, and we've done a little bit of it. But this year, we're just doing so much more of it, because I believe that when women and others hear your story, they hear it from the gut. They hear the stuff that you went through, but that you didn't get stuck there, how you move through it. And even though it's not looking great, it doesn't look great all the time. You continue to move through it. I want to also inspire young girls. This book, and you mentioned it briefly just then, I want to jump back to it for a moment. Sure. This book is so special to me every time I see it, every time I pick it up, when I see a young girl, because I believe if we can impact young girls in their teens to believe in themselves and that they have every single thing that they need to move forward. Some of life decisions, some of the things that they go through later will not impact them in the same way. I also believe that they will get into the habit of believing in themselves, saying those affirmations out loud. And it also will help them bond with their mothers, because the communication and the bond between mothers impacts everything, single thing that we do. I'm super excited about this book, and we're going to be doing some things this year that we're putting this book into some teens' hands for free. So we have some great promotions that we're planning. So look for that coming out real soon.
Love it. A lot of great things, Melissa. A lot of great things. So we kind of began this conversation in talking about the reflection. You mentioned earlier about, doing it even when you're doing it afraid. Of course, trusting that. What advice would you give to our audience out there, Melissa, who are listening to you, who are watching you? What advice would you give them about not giving up on themselves?
Oh, wow. I would say to you to give yourself some grace. You've heard me say this many times. I would say to you is that your journey and where you started does not impact where you're going. I would say to you that you get up every single morning and you say these affirmations. You say, I believe in myself. You say, I am powerful. You say, I am a masterpiece. You say, I was created in God's image. And then you have a plan to get going and to not stop. Stopping sometimes seems easier. Like, it's not easy to talk about your past. It's not easy to believe that you deserve more. But as you go every single day, you take a step and you take another step. You surround yourself with people that is empowering. You listen to people that motivate you and inspire you to move forward and to believe in yourself. And you take the actions required every single day. And when that day seems overwhelming, you take a breath and you take a pause, and then you continue to move forward. But believing in yourself is something that's not negotiable. It's something that is required. Do the work. It doesn't come easily to some people. And I don't want to say that because it didn't come easy to me. But today, no matter what is going on, I can get up and look in the mirror and say those affirmations and believe them. And so can you.
Yeah, love that. Such a great reminder. Again, everyone, master event planner, best-selling author, media personality, Melissa Banks has been our guest today. We've been talking with her about her big start to 2025, the current season of Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, also the return of her Dream Party Lives coming up this Friday, and of course, her newest book you guys see here, Affirmations for Teen Girls and Their Mothers. All of these books are available for audience tuning in on Amazon, so make sure you guys do be able to get them for yourself. Also, you can listen to her podcast there on Amazon as well. Melissa, always great talking with you. How can our audience stay connected with you?
It's always great to be here, Cyrus. This was an amazing, fun conversation. You were nice all the way through it. I'm so proud of you. You can stay connected with us at themelissabanks.com. You can get our books. You can listen to some of the podcasts. You can go to our social media platforms right there. You can also see some of our work at DMD Event Planning and Design. The link is right there. Everything that we do, you can go right there, and it's themelissabanks.com.
Love it, Melissa. Always a pleasure. Kate, don't be laughing at her and encouraging her. I don't know why she said that last bit. People just can't be nice to me. I'm open the doors to my home and they just say things. But it's okay. It's okay. Melissa, it's always great. Looking forward to our next chat together. Thank you, Kate, for that. Appreciate it. And we thank your audience for tuning in. Another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.